there will be a celebration for the Gateway Arch's golden anniversary, and here with all the details are Jennifer King of the National Park Service and Ryan McClure of CityArchRiver Foundation. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for
How
having us.
exciting to have you, because the Arch is such a big deal, not just to the St. Louis area, but really to the nation and world famous.
Yes, and there's a huge history there with the National Park Service. National Park Service was organized as an agency to take care of what has grown into over 400 national parks units, and that was started in 1916, so next year will be our centennial. But then in 1935, the National Park Service added Jefferson National Expansion Memorial with the signing of the executive order that was signed by President Roosevelt at the time, and creating the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial. At that time, they did not know that it was going to be an arch. It would not be until 1947 that Eero Saarinen's design of the arch would be discovered through a competition. And then, as I say, the rest is history.
Well, let's talk about that history. 50 years. We're celebrating 50 years. So talk about that project that came to be the arch and what it is today.
Well, in 1963, February 1963, they began the construction on the arch. And a little over 2.5 years later, they would complete the arch on October 28th. 1965, they would drop that last piece into place, and it would be a big celebration at that time.
And we've been celebrating now for almost a year, or into a year of celebration, because we're marking it from the day the last piece was dropped in place, and it's been going on. The 50th anniversary is October 28th. Wow. Well, you know, and you mentioned the Jefferson National Park expansion project, and that's where you come in, Ryan. So tell how this all ties in together with the celebration for the arch.
Sure. So there is a project going on right now, a massive renovation of the Gateway Arch grounds and its surroundings called CityArchRiver. And that's a partnership, public-private partnership of CityArchRiver Foundation, the National Park Service, Great Rivers Greenway, the City of St. Louis, Bi-State Development, and many others, Jefferson National Parks Association. And what this is a $380 million renovation of the Gateway Arch grounds. And part of that is really kind of physically connecting the arch to the city that it represents. Jennifer mentioned that the arch was completed in 1965. That last keystone piece went in. But unfortunately, the arch had already been kind of severed from the city that it would represent by an interstate highway and a myriad of infrastructure elements. So part of this project is building what we call the Park over the Highway, which is going to be completed and open to the public, actually, along with a new Luther Ely Smith Square in just about 2 weeks' time. So by the time we celebrate the 50th anniversary later this month, there will be a component of this completed. But along with that Park over the Highway, there's a brand new riverfront. The riverfront will be raised by about 3 feet so that it will flood less often, and there will be a brand new museum. So we're seeing some of those pictures on the screen now. That's the Park over the Highway right there, with the new entrance to the arch and to the museum. So it's literally bringing the entrance to the arch into downtown St. Louis.
No longer a separation.
That's right, that's right. So it's exciting.
And I want to talk really more, speaking of exciting, you've got this really big celebration coming up in less than 2 weeks, starting in 2 weeks. I want to talk about that. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have more on the Gateway Arch 50th anniversary after this. Stay with us.